Hello, hello. Actually, let's go ahead and adjust this because we are here, just the two of us this evening, to discuss the newest episode of The Boys, right? So without any further ado, actually, before we get into the show, let me not be rude. Let me say hi. What's going on, the great grandson Poopa? How's your day going?
Things are great, and I just want to pull the curtain back a little bit. We always like to get the blood pumping before we do the show. We have that before the show conversation, and I reminded C of a classic Vanessa Carlton,
Mm-hmm.
"Ordinary Day." I almost forgot about the damn song, but "Ordinary Day." So please take a listen to that. It came out in 2001. There's a good portion of you guys were not even born yet, so I pity you.
Honestly, I forgot about it completely. I was like, wasn't she a one-hit wonder? And then he started playing the song, and I said, hold on, I know this song.
Isn't it a beautiful song? We hear play the piano and everything.
Yeah, uh-huh. So if you're listening, you probably know it as well. You just forgot things you knew, and you need to go and check it out.
And just so you know, if she had more than one song, she's a two-hit wonder.
Yeah, she's a two-hit wonder.
We love that.
But thank you guys for being here. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channels. But we are going into the episode. And because we talk about the full show, of course, it's going to be full of spoilers. So if you haven't yet watched the newest episode of The Boys, pause, come back after you watch it, and talk about it with us then.
Let's talk about it.
But so we're not going in any particular order tonight. So let's just talk about the main event, because the ending is what really was like, wow, to me. Homelander, spoiler alert, he gets the goddamn V1, guys. He's getting, he's immortal. He's got everything that he's wanted at this point. How shocked were you that he actually got the V1? Because that was surprising to me. I didn't think he was going to get it.
I think I'm so you said you were surprised. I think part of me wasn't, but part of me was. I think the way that he got it is what surprised me. I thought there would have been some kind of fight, some tussle. I didn't expect Soldier Boy to be like, you know what? Here you go, kid. You've earned this. I that part I was like, huh. Seemed kind of anticlimactic to me, because I just would have. I think maybe just because anytime when the villain and he wants this thing, there's some kind of fight, some kind of tussle, and we didn't get that. I was like, I kind of didn't like that, but I was surprised on how it was given to him.
Sister Sage was surprised as well when she saw that he gave him to Soldier Boy, gave it to him, because she was sowing, the seeds of doubt in this relationship when she released the footage of Stormfront giving Homelander a handy.
Oh Lord, yes. That was dirty. I had to watch that back just to understand, but that was a dirty move, and that was a great way for her to say, "I quit, and I'm gonna leave my uniform here."
Yes, because you know what, Homelander put that together, two and two together, a lot quicker than what I thought he was going to do. He was like, "Oh, Sister Sage, she's trying to split division between us, Dad." Basically, is what he said. Hey, TG, thanks for being here. So yeah, apparently Soldier Boy was really in love with, Stormfront, even though she was a Yahtzee, I'll say. And he was just in love, right?
He was very in love.
So even though he was mad in the moment, he decided to put that aside and give Homelander the V1. Yeah, in my mind, I was thinking that Homelander wasn't going to get it, and they weren't just going to like have the virus at all. But now, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to just figure out something, because he has it. He's all powerful. He's about to do this whole summit where he announces himself as Jesus Christ or the Lord. And now that he's immortal, people are really going to believe it.
There's a spot, because I know we're going just all around, but there's a spot where, because when you said Jesus Christ, it made me think about the spot, but where Hughie and Starlight is in the what's it called? The Old Father, yes, but they're in the Democratic Church of America or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
a long name. But there's a spot where you see Homelander, and he's doing the pose, and you see Hughie says, "Jesus Christ!"
Oh, yeah.
That's what she says. That's what he was going for. I
Yeah,
just thought that was actually pretty hilarious. I wonder though. I wonder if there's going to be some kind of side effect here, because I wonder how they beat him now. How do they, he's going to be beat, but how do they stop him? How do they beat him? How do they take him out? I'm wondering if there's any kind of, I say backlash, but some kind of effect, like some kind of side effect now that he's taken this. I'm wondering if that's going to be the thing that might be the reason on what takes him out.
Okay,
Greed,
so this is I have a theory. Well, I have a couple theories, right? There's been into the
please.
C theories,
The C theory.
theories.
It's not just a theory; it's a C theory.
Yeah,
Thank you
exactly.
for watching.
But theory number one, right? And this is going to be a little roundabout, so go with me on this journey, right? Because in this episode, we're introduced officially to this other character who's clearly going to be in Vought Rising. What's his name? Bomb Sight, right?
Okay.
Who's this lovesick puppy, but he has V1 not only in his possession because that's what Butcher and then we're trying to get, but he has it coursing through his veins, right? But of course, bomb sites and Soldier Boy don't like each other, so they get in fisticuffs, battling it out. But by the end of the battle, we see an offer was made by the one and only Soldier Boy, right? And that offer was to take his powers away and let him be mortal. And I'm wondering if this is what's going to happen to Homelander, because when Soldier Boy released his little nuclear blast thing, he turned the dude back into just like a regular person. So to me, that says he can do it to Homelander if he so chose, right? I don't know. Thoughts?
I hear you, and I think it's a really great theory. My only thing is Homelander is the most powerful being on this planet, this universe. And I don't know if it would have the same effect like how it did for this guy. I think this guy was strong, but I don't think he's as strong as, because even like when he had to inject himself with the serum, he had to burn himself to kind of do it or something. Yeah. So I'm wondering, would it have the same effect on Homelander, being that he is the strongest being on this universe? And the other thing too is, and you've watched every season of The Boys. Has he always been able to do that? Talking about Soldier Boy?
I can't remember. I'm thinking with him and Mauve or Maeve. I think she did lose Queen Maeve. Then I feel like she lost her powers and went incognito, went and became like a regular civilian. So possibly, I'm trying to remember back to that season. But in any event, right, at the very least, he should be able to burn out the V1 and leave Homelander back at neutral, or where he would normally be, and then maybe the virus can take him out that way. But that's just theory number one. Theory number one. The other theory I got building, because I got two. And this one is a little bit of a long shot, given the news that we've heard about Gen V. But when we last left off with Marie, she's one of the most powerful soups, along with Homelander. And she has the ability to withdraw things from blood, right?
Yeah.
So she could potentially remove the V1 from Homelander's blood, right? It's so that someone else can take him out. I don't think she's going to be the one to take him out, because it's not her show. It has to be Butcher or it has to be one of them. It can't be just Marie coming.
But do it though. But do it really have to be one of them? I like what you went with there, because I saw some online. I do everything to avoid spoilers and stuff like that. But someone was mentioning online where they said something about, these next two episodes is a great way to bring the cast, or some of them anyway, from Gen V. And I think you should bring in Maria. I think that's would be a great way to tie up loose ends, because you're not bringing this show back. So why not do that? I would be totally down for Marie, especially with them pointing out that she is, I don't know what, the second strongest or something like that. She's
they're both part of like the Odessa thing, him and her and Homelander. So I don't know if they're like on equal footing or whatever, but they're very comparable. But I do think that she's going to like have a presence in some way. Like even if she's not the one to take out Homelander, I feel like she could be the one to take out the V1 from his blood. But yeah, just a couple theories.
No, and I like that theory. And you know what? it might not be her. I'm just rooting that it should be her. And if
Yeah, because
anything,
where the heck are they? It's what we're more than halfway through the season.
I hate, and we talked about like Gen V being canceled, and we were speaking a little bit about that. And I hated that. I hated that completely. And also too, it just left it was so confusing. So when they ended Gen V, they teamed up with Starlight, and she never mentioned these people once. Like
Never.
ever. And we're like, what? This is episode 5, 6. This is episode 6. We're 6 episodes in, and no mention. I think they mentioned Maria once, and nothing. Like, she didn't even say anything. Like, hey, I met some friends. Like, if she said that, I would be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I think that's what's upsetting.
even when they went back to Stan Edgar's like little bomb shelter or anything, and it was like, come on now. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. But most of this episode, we are like being introduced to a lot of the characters that are going to be appearing in Vought Rising. There's going to be the reminder of Stormfront, because she had a presence via through a laptop audio. She's going to be in Vought Rising. Of course, Soldier Boy. We got Bomb Sight now. We got Golden Geisha now, who was in the the older folks home for soups.
Can I just say I gotta say this is because this is so classic. Top shelf baddies. You said Vought Rising. My dumbass thought you said Thought Rising. I was like, what show is that?
That's on your internet search history, not on TV. Okay.
Don't ever expose me like that again. See, that was rude. Don't ever do that. She's just joking, guys. As I delete my Google.
This kind of feels like this whole episode to me, even though I enjoyed it, it kind of felt like a backdoor kind of episode for Vought Rising, kind of like when they did that one episode for Painkiller when it was in Black Lightning.
They did really have one episode dedicated to him. That was the pilot. That was the pilot for us. And they said, oh, never mind. I think that's actually brilliant, though. I think it's brilliant just because you start to get familiar with these characters. That's giving you a head start on these characters. So I think it's a smart move. Nonetheless, I think it's a very smart move to do.
So we got Gen V getting canceled would be sad thing to happen. It already did. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. They already canceled that game, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're saying we're pretty sad. So join us in the sad corner, please.
Yeah, join us in the sad corner. But I am doubly in the sad corner because the one member of the 7 who I had high hopes would survive.
Oh my God! You know what? I blame you for that because you did say that. You said, and I blame myself too because we all were rooting for you, Black Noir. We were all rooting. Let me tell you something. I was on Twitter, X, whatever. I'm on this site, and they said, so everyone else is dead but the Deep, and it's crazy. And you know what? Not for nothing. After I saw that, I said, yeah. Why is this? Why is Aquaman? Timu Man still around? Like, it's ridiculous. And it was actually upsetting seeing how Black Noir got killed. It was like it's like I don't know.
Because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He just had to say, yeah, I got you back. Deal with that.
Good.
He would have just been quiet.
Good. Well, he wasn't good at that. I mean, as good as an actor he was. But you know what? Good. He wanted to talk his ish and let him know, yeah, I killed your fish. I killed your fish's brother. And whatnot. That one fish that spoke back.
Oh yeah. We know what you did, so we know it was you.
What? I was like, wait, did that fish talk back? It looked like that fish. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, they used to have like the fish on the wall, and yeah, used to creep the hell out of me. But like, yeah, that's what I thought about it.
Yeah, that's what it definitely looked like. They didn't waste any extra money in the budget putting that thing on there. Jeez Louise. But yeah, I hated seeing Black Noir get killed. I was like, oh, come on, man. He seemed like such a nice guy.
Yeah, and you really wanted him to get out of this group of people, live his life, be on stage. And I guess he couldn't do it once his mentor was killed off and stuff like that. So it's terrible.
So sad. But yeah, the Deep is the last remaining one. And I saw the other day a reel or whatever online, and they were saying how the Deep is not even living up to his full potential because the earth is like 70% water, whatever the percentage is, and he could be the one ruling all of that, right? He can be, he's telling the fishes what to do, the whales or whatever kind of mammals in the sea. All trade has to go through the deep. You can't cross the ocean without getting approval from the deep. He could do so much more with it, but he's so busy being like, this fraidy cat with Homelander is just like, wasted potential, I guess. But he's also a little dumb too. So,
Oh yeah, he's a fool. What he said? He said, "I was never your bro."
yeah,
And can you imagine? Those are the last words you hear on this planet. You're like, damn, I got killed by an idiot.
yeah. You know who he kind of reminds me of? Now that you say that,
Tell me.
Ken from Barbie.
Don't do that.
He could have been a good kid.
Don't do that to Ken.
Casa
Don't do that.
House. That's you kids said that's the deep.
Oh no, he's Ken enough. Don't do that.
Oh man. But also in this episode, we have Sage working with Bashley
Oh no. Oh my
to
God.
read Soldier Boy's mind. And that was a creepy scene because apparently Bashley can, animate Ashley's body, like a corpse. It's so odd.
It makes you wonder. Maybe this is just too dark, but like, what if she like died and now this woman is just walking with this body? I don't know. I think it's kind of creepy.
Oh, like if she was like, brain dead, or at least Ashley's brain
Yeah.
dead, or
Oh,
like
she was.
or something.
Yeah, like she was off or whatever, however you want to
Uh-huh.
word it. And now she's like, because even the animation, and I'm not gonna quote have a quote from SpongeBob. It's creepy when it moves. Because like when she was with the eye like this, and she like, oh, I can help, and I was just like, no.
What's the picture again? Because she's very, very scary looking in the back.
Oh yeah, she's very disheveled and whatever. I love that she had time to put on some lipstick though.
Right. How did that happen?
I don't know.
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, right? In a pinch,
Sure.
Could Bashley actually take out Ashley? Because if she can like animate her body, what's stopping her from animating her lips, animating her eyes, taking over the body from the back?
That's an interesting point. Like, what is her level of power of controlling the body? Yeah. I think that because I don't know. I feel like right. You're on the money, and you bring up a good point. But would that like affect both of them? Like, because wouldn't it be like a power struggle on who could control this arm and that arm?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm thinking if Bashley really wanted to be evil, she could orchestrate something that causes Ashley to be like permanently unconscious and slowly take over her body, right? Because she's moving funny in the episode, right? Because I'm thinking because she's never tried to move Ashley's body before.
But I also
if she
think
practices, she could be, she could be Ashley.
Well, you know what else too? I think also too, it's a different. So she's coming from a different point of view. So when she's walking, you get what I'm saying? Like it's. I think that was the other thing too on why she was so clumsy. But it might be even that she's never had full control of the body. Either way, I was creeped out.
Yeah, it was weird looking. Oh yeah, but let's get into some of these comments. We got TG.
Please.
I would be sick to do that to her. Oh yeah, to take over her body, but I can see it. I can see in a weird world where it would happen. So she can be like Clayface from Batman. You know what? The last time I've seen Clayface was in the animated series, I believe, and that was forever and a day ago. I did recently see the trailers for the upcoming live action, but I can barely even recall what Clayface's powers were besides him being like the muck mouth thing from the animation.
He's a shifter. He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. But hold on, who was that in? Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's Sandman. I'm thinking about the thing from Creature Commandos.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, I think that was actually Clayface.
No, what?
That was Clayface, the one that were Frankenstein and Gerald. I mean, not Gerald, the General Fort.
See, now I can't keep track because James Gunn, he's been on both. So sometimes I think, oh, that's James Gunn. He's in Marvel.
Who was fighting Sandman? Was it Frankenstein?
It was it Frankenstein? It was in a house.
Then that was
Oh
Clayface.
man,
That was Clayface.
that was Clayface.
That
Oh,
was Clayface.
okay, okay. So I'm a
That
little
was
bit
Clayface.
familiar. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I do think, and I'll say real quick because I know we don't do the whole geek news stuff and whatnot, and hopefully we'll bring it back. But I do want to sit here and say I'm very excited about that movie, and I think
Uh-huh.
that what makes me excited about it is that they realized they had other villains
Yes.
because there's a
Uh-huh.
period of time I was like, you do guys know that Batman has a really rich rogue of villains, and
Yeah.
I love Joker. I think Joker is the goat of one of the goats of villains, but I promise you, there's other people
There's
there.
others. I'm excited about. Well, I'm curious to find out. It's just kind of like a segue, a tangent, but I'm curious to find out if this new Clayface movie, if this is going to be in the else world of the
Okay.
DC alongside, Robin Pattinson and, the Penguin, because from what I'm seeing in the movie, it seems like it could fit in that darker, grittier kind of world along with, Robert Pattinson's Batman. Or if this is going to be a part of the other Batman that James Gunn is putting together. Um, the
Hmm.
one, that's supposed to be a part of the greater uh MCU or whatever. Sorry, not MCU,
The DC, I get you. Yeah.
DCU. So yeah,
Well,
let us know
well,
what your thoughts
TG,
are.
and I think I might agree with this, but he says I believe it's in the Patterson universe.
Oh, that would be cool.
I
But I
think
wonder again, how come they didn't, even though this doesn't make sense, but I feel like everything in that universe starts with the Batman, the Penguin. They didn't do the Clayface. So
maybe
does it
maybe
doesn't mean he's not a part of it?
maybe what's his name? James Gunn was like, okay, we enough of that.
That's enough?
Yeah, he said
Okay.
enough. He said there's too much the. And
Yeah.
maybe he lost his crap when someone gave him a script and it said written by the James Gunn.
Shut up. But back to the boys. That was I'm trying to think anything that we not cover.
I
Oh
mean,
wait, not that guy.
I'm sorry, wrong one. But please check out our Daredevil season finale, season 2 finale. We did it yesterday.
Yeah, check
It
that
was a
out.
great conversation. It was a fun time. And the one thing I do hate that I did not say yesterday on that show is I did
Okay.
not know Wilson Fisk's middle name was Grant. I was like, oh wow.
Mm.
I really hated that I didn't say that. But anything else here? I mean, the other things I got it because I feel like we touched on the 2 storylines here. Homelander getting to V1, them with the retirement breakout, which I thought was one of the things I will give the boys is that it can have a serious tone, but it can have some fun moments or funny moments. And I thought the
Yeah.
retirement home fight where they're fighting like these older people, and then just this older gentleman with his weapons was his balls.
Yeah.
And I said, this is totally the boys. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
always something. It's usually a but on occasion you'll get
well, listen. Last year, I want to say last year when we did season 4, I tell both you and Vic I was this close on quitting when I saw Hughie sitting on cake and he farted in it, and
uh-huh.
I remember I said
Mhm.
no, 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 and I had to tell my friends that's really a kink, and they looked at
Yeah.
me like, how do you know? And I said, but
But
other
that's
than
our
that,
show,
that's
ladies
the
and
show.
gentlemen.
That's the
We'll
show.
end it there.
Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to make extra money, just sit on some cake and fart.
Sit on some cake. But sit on that like button and make sure you come back for our next couple episodes. We're going to be talking about the next episode of The Boys next week. And also, we're going to be talking about the Punisher special that's coming out on May 12th.
On Tuesday.
So join us for that on the channel. And we will see you next time. Thanks for being here. Goodbye. See ya.